Madam, can you share the
Yes, sir.
madam? Can you share the slide, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Climate resilience and the smart city design. The climate resilience and the smart city design is given by Engineer S. Aravindan, Assistant Executive Engineer, Civil at Ramanathapuram Tangitco. In our sustainable urban growth, the intersection of small cities and mobility. Now we go to the session. What is meant by climate resilience? It is a group of performance that is all cities growth rapidly with over 70% of population expected to live in urban areas. By 2050, we face significant challenges in maintaining livability, resilience, and sustainability. The climate change exacerbates these challenges with increasing risk of floods, rising of temperature, and resources of scarcity. This makes the climate resilience. ability of cities to adapt the recover from such challenges of crucial. Simultaneously, the smart city design, which offers a solution by integrating of technology of AI, IoT, and data analytics to optimize the infrastructures to enhance the resource of efficiency and improve the quality of life, the key element of the sustainable mobility, focusing on eco-friendly and efficient transport systems like public transit, electric fisher, electric vehicles, and shared mobility to reduce the emissions and support connectivity. This representations of explores how smart city initiatives and climate resilience converse of embracing mobility critical role in the achieving sustainable urban growth. Together, we can envision a smarter, greener, and more resilient for urban future. Climate resilience is the capacity of communities of ecosystem, infrastructure, anticipate to prepare the forecast of weather for recover from the adverse climate change. It involves adapting to challenges like extreme weather events, rising of sea levels, threats, resources of scarcity while minimizing the vulnerabilities and maintaining the essential functions in the face of climate stresses. The importance of climate resilience cannot be observed overstated in today's world when urbanization and climate change are converting the creativity of unpredicted risks. By building resilience, cities can protect lives, property, and ecosystems from the devastating of implants of climate related hazards. It ensures the urban areas remain livable despite challenges such as rising temperature and unpredictable weather patterns. The climate resilience also reduces the economic losses caused by distributions of business, industries, and public services. During the climate events, the strengthening of infrastructure is a critical part of this process, encouraging the developments of robust systems such as smart flood management, renewable energy grids, and climate adaptive urban designs. The key aspects of climate resilience is sustainability. It emphasizes the efficient of resource use, which conversing the water and energy. The promoter practices that reduce the environmental harm. The climate resilience also enhances the disaster preparedness of the integrity eagerly warning systems of the rapid response of mechanisms to migrate the impacts of natural disasters. Furthermore, it forecasts the innovation by driving the adaptation of cutting of edge of technologies like artificial intelligence for climate predictions, EOT for monitoring the environmental changes and renewable energy solutions. It also emphasizes the community participations of ensuring the inclusive of planning and implementation of resilient strategies. In essence of the climate resilience is not just about the surviving of climate changes, it is about the thriving amidst of them by adopting the proactive measures by forecasting sustainability and preparing of future enhancements and cities and the enhancement of secure, sustainable and adaptive future for generation to come. Then we have see about that smart city. Why we are focused about the climate resilience in smart cities projects. Smart city is an urban area that integrates the advanced technologies of data driven system and innovative planning to enhance the quality of life for its residents, improve the operational efficiency and promote the sustainability. At its core from the smart city leverages information and communication technology, ICT, the Internet of Things, IoT, and artificial intelligence, AI, to optimize the resource, to provide the seamless services, and ensure the well being of citizens. It represents the forward of thinking approach of the urban development and the address modern challenges such as population growth, climate change, and resource scarcity. One of the core principles of the smart city is technology integration. We know that technology integration is the smart city development of IoT sensors, AI powered analytics, and real time data systems to monitor the management of urban infrastructures, including energy transportation, water, and wastewater management. For instance of smart traffic management system to reduce the congestions while AI driven public safety tools and enhance the security. These technologies not only improve the operational efficiency, it ensures the urban systems and to adapt to the change of the climatic conditions. That another critical path of critical principle is sustainability, which is one of the heart of the smart city development. The smart city aims to reduce the environmental impact by promoting renewable energy, managing of waste energy, and by efficiency, conversing water, and reducing the carbon emissions. The energy efficient buildings, green infrastructure, and small grids further they contribute the creating of low carbon urban development and environment. Sustainably instituted or smart cities like align with the global efforts to combat the climate change and ensure the cities of remain livable. Hello. The third key principle is, are you audible?
Sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Audible,
Yes,
ma'am?
sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir. Audible, sir.
Hearing that, that's why I'm asking you. Okay.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. You can.
Okay. The third key principle is citizen of generic design, which focuses on placing the resident of center of developments of smart cities. They are also forecast the digital inclusion, ensuring that all citizens, for regardless of social economic status, can access the benefit from the technological advancements. Additionally, the citizen of centric design encourages the governance of enabling the resident of engage decision making process to contribute shaping their urban environment. In essence of smart city represents a balanced approach to urban development for combining the technology sustainability for the advanced spaces about the ensuring the inclusive of resilient and environmentally friendly by addressing the present challenges while we preparing the future and smart city projects is the way to sustainable and adaptive for urban living. For an example, there is a global air pollution in Delhi. We have to see some of the components of smart city design. We have to look it up, such as mobility Wi-Fi, smart digital citizens, smart transportation, smart security, smart home, open data, smart farming of agriculture, smart buildings, smart health, smart grid energies and utilities, smart government, smart manufacturing. These are the components of smart city design. Basic aspects we have to think about this one and we have to frame the smart city. Then we go for a green infrastructure, that is urban greenery and sustainable landscaping. First, we have focusing on the climate resilience in smart cities is crucial because of the urban areas are increasingly valuable climate change in impacts such as rising of temperature, extreme weather, and we have flooding and resource of certain scarcity of people are moved to some other cities. That risk associated with climate change intensified the making of essential to integrity of resilience into urban planning it to safeguard the people of infrastructure and ecosystems. The importance of integrating resilience is in urban planning lies of the ability of the ensures cities and withstand the adapt of these challenges while maintaining the high quality of life for residents. Climate resilience allows the cities to productivity in identify the impact of implement of strategies of migrate of adverse effects, the climate related events. This includes the improving of infrastructure to handle extreme weather, promoting sustainable resource management, and ensuring that cities can recover quickly after the disasters. We have to protect from the disasters by resilient cities better equipped to protect the residents and vital services such as water, electricity, and healthcare from climate distribution. For example, integrating the green infrastructure like park, wetlands, permeable places, surfaces to help the manage of stormwater runoff and reduce the urban heat islands for making the cities more adaptable and to climate stressors. Moreover, the climate resilience is like linked to the sustainability. As cities grow into more becomes an increasingly balance the environmental preservation, incorporating the climate resilience and the strategies of renewable energy, energy efficient buildings, and wastewater management systems to ensure the city remains sustainable in the long term, reducing the carbon for the footprint of the environmental impact. By embedding the resilience into the urban planning, smart cities can better prefer the future climatic conditions and uncertainties. This forward thinking approach not only the protect of urban population but also the strength the economic stability and sustainable environmental where the communities of business and infrastructures and thrive the respective climate changes. Therefore, the integrating resilience in the smart cities is essential for buildings urban for the climatic change impacts. The sites are the around the world are facing an increasing range of climate changes made worse by rapid and the changes of our India in our most popular countries and urban centers like Delhi. One of the most pressing issues in air pollution is Delhi is regularly ranking among the cities was the worst air quality in global. This pollution is primarily caused by the vehicular emissions, industrial activities, burning of crops, residue, and some of the residential waste. The high level of particulate matters among the smoke. The air contribute to solve the health problems, it including the respiratory diseases, particularly in population enhancements. To combat this, the city is embedded measures such as restricting the vehicle use during the high population and pollution periods, promoting to use the cleaner of fuels and expanding the public transportation network and forming the electric vehicle in various sectors. Another major issue in Delhi is water scarcity. Despite being the home to the millions of the cities facing ongoing the challenges in managing the water resources, rapid population growth, industrialization, and reduce the availability of groundwater, having the we have to must maintaining the rainwater harvesting. Every home we should harvest the rainwater must. At the same time, we have to recycle the water and recycling projects and the construction in new reservoirs. Additionally, the city urban heat of islands affect it becoming more pronounced, where the high concentration of concrete and limited green spaces result in elevated temperatures, particularly during summer months. This has to lead the increased energy of consumption for cooling and higher risk of heat related issues and health issues. Delhi is also a vulnerable to flooding, particularly during the monsoon season. The city again drainage infrastructure often struggle to cope the heavy rainfall, leading to waterlogging and disruption of water daily life. That is a routine one. Same time, the spaces can absorb the excess of water. Overall, Delhi faces the complex of climatic resilience. This changes the address of efforts of air pollution, water scarcity, and urban resilience, and critical in making the cities more sustainable and livable for this growing population. In the smart city design, integrates various components aimed to creating efficient, sustainable, and resilient of urban environments. One of the foundational elements is smart infrastructure. We have to go for a smart infrastructure, that is, which includes the sustainable of electric energy systems, which is the key of the renewable energy sources like solar windmills, panelings, and the distribution of whole energy efficient technologies reproduce and reduce the consumption of electricity. The smart mobility and transportation components focus the reducing traffic effect, which used for the publics. Then the pollution through the integrated public transportation, the electric vehicle charging stations, and autonomous vehicles. These efforts to the support of real-time traffic data, which help to optimize the flow and reduces the delay. Then we go for an wastewater management. It's also an integral one with IoT. Enabled sensors like tracking waste levels, water levels, in the production of creations by green spaces and environmental sustainability efforts like urban parks and green infrastructures, which helps to mitigate the environmental impacts such as urban heat development as an island effect, which improves the air quality. The smart governance and the citizen engagement are enhanced by e-governance platforms that provides access the service of the forecasting and transparency and inclusivity. The security and safety systems in smart cities such as surveillance camera and predictive policy enhancing the public safety and improve the emergency response. In and additional to that, the healthcare and educational services are transformed through the digital platforms like providing the remote access to healthcare and education. The data analytic of IoT serve as the backbone of the smart cities. In the providing of real-time insights, it needed to optimize the city operations to improve the residents' lives. Lastly, the resilience and disaster management focus on integrating the warning of systems, adaptive infrastructure, and the emergency response technologies to prepare the sites are extreme weather, even the other crises. Together, these components having to create the smart city that is efficient, resilient, and ready to meet the challenges of urbanization and climate change. The meantime, green infrastructure refers to the network of natural and semi-natural spaces in urban areas that provides the ecosystem services, which enhances the biodiversity and improves the quality of life of residents. It encompasses a variety of elements, including urban greenery, sustainable landscape, and water management system that work together to create more resilient and sustainable cities development. This approaches and focuses on integrity of nature into the urban planning and development rather than the traditional gray infrastructure like concrete and steel. Urban greenery such as parks, street trees, green roofs, and commodity gardens and plays a crucial role in improving the air quality and oxygen improvement by absorbing the carbon dioxide and releasing the oxygen. These green spaces also reduces the urban heat island effect, which occurs the cities experience higher than the temperature surrounding areas to the dense population of the building materials and limited vegetation. By introducing the green spaces into cities, the temperature is regulated, providing cooler environmental during the heat waves. Such as sustainable land spaces to go beyond that aesthetic value of addressing the environmental concern such as stormwater management, green infrastructure can absorb the filter rainwater reducing the burden on drainage system and reducing the risk of flooding, which features like permeable pavements like rain gardens, green rooftop, allow the water infiltrate and into the soil, the refilling of the groundwater supplies, reducing the runoff that can pollute the water bodies. Moreover, the green infrastructure supports the biodiversity by creating the habitats for wildlife, including birds, insects, and small mammals that might over the side of displaced to the urbanization. It also promotes the social and recreational opportunities to improve the well-being cities dwellers. Green spaces such as communal areas for relaxation, physical activity, and community interaction to forecasting the sense of connection and belonging to with the neighborhoods. Incorporating with the green structures that urban infrastructure design which is only beneficiable for the environmental but for the economy in the green spaces can increase the property values, attract the tourisms to reduce the healthcare cost by promoting the physical and mental health. Furthermore, the cities can face the growing challenges of climate change. In the green infrastructure offers a nature-based solution to migrate or mitigate the effects of extreme weather events, floods, heat waves, and thefts. Overall, the green infrastructure is essential for creating the sustainable livable of sites by balancing the development with ecological preservation by integrating the natural into urban land spaces. The sites can enhance the resilience, promote the environmental setback, and improve the quality of life for current and future generations. Next, we go for a smart grid. Smart grid that energy efficient and electricity distribution system. It is the one of the advanced one. The smart grid is an advanced digitalized electricity distribution system that uses technology to improve the efficiency, reliability, and sustainability of energy delivery. Unlike the traditional grids, which rely on one-way communication and manual control, smart grids using sensor, the communication networks and data analytics to enable two-way communication between the utility of company and consumers. These networks allow for real-time monitoring and management of electricity flow, which enhances the overall performances of the grid. One of the key features of the smart grid is renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power into the grid. The renewable energy is often intermittent, meaning of generation can fluctuate throughout the day based on the weather conditions. The smart grids are used for real-time data, which are renewable sources is stored. The redistributed efficiency without overheating and the process is reduced. This promotes us to clean the energy mix, reduces the dependence of fossil fuels, and supports sustainability. The energy efficiency is another significant formula for the benefit of smart grids. Through the use of smart meters, which provides the real-time data on energy consumption, more than the consumption of the efficiency of the daily usage, which manage the energy systems to inform the decision making, allowing to the consumers to adjust their usage of patterns and reduce the waste, while utilities can be better matched to the energy supply of demand. Additionally, the small grid can be automatically detected to isolate the faults in the system of reducing the power outages in the power consumption by energy efficient consumption. The integration of the energy storage technologies is another important aspects of smart grids. The batteries and other storage systems are allowed to access energy to generate the demand such as windy days be stored used to the time of high demand. This helps to stabilize the grid, reduce energy cost, and enhance the resilience by ensuring the energy is available even during the power storage systems. Further, the grid resilience is the detection of potential issues such as system of faults or security breaches and enabling the rapid response of minimum distribution. For an example, during the heavy weather events, the small grider can quickly identify the damaged infrastructure and reroute the power affected areas, it improving the reliability and reducing the downline. Overall, the smart grids represent a transformative shift in how energy is distributed in consumed level. They enable more efficient and flexible during and a sustainable electricity system that is used to benefits of consumer for the low cost and improve the service but the contributes to border about that environmental goals by supporting renewable energy integration by reducing emissions and enhancing the grid resilience. Next, we go for an sustainable transportation. The sustainable transportation is a critical element of smart city development. Its focus on reducing the environmental impacts, enhancing the mobility and the efficiency, the public transit to the by integrating of electric vehicles, public transit, shared mobility systems, cities are drastically reduce the carbon emissions by traffic congestions and dependence on fossil fuels. EVs are the key reducing to urban air pollution as they produce zero tailpipe of the reducing the carbon footprint. Additionally to the smart city environmental, the facilities the growth of EV infrastructure, including the widespread charging of stations, ensuring the seamless transition of electricity mobility, the public transit system such as car use, especially when used for car, buses, trains, streams, serve as a public activity in a private car use. We have to reduce the private car use during this carbon emission. We have the air is polluted. This not only improves the service of reliability, but it also reduces overall energy consumption and shared the mobility of the option such as car sharing, bike sharing, ride hailing, and component of this system by offering flexible on demand and transportation that reduces the needs of personal vehicle ownership. These services are especially beneficial in densely populated urban areas where they have helped to elevate the private utilization of climate resilience by making an urban transportation more adaptable to the extreme weather conditions and reducing the vulnerability of the fuel shortages in future. Further, more we have collaboration with an electric vehicles, public transportation, public transit, shared mobility, and to create more efficient. The multimodal transportation networks that encourages the use of sustainable mobility options that reduce the traffic congestion by also support long-term urban resilience after the against the climate change impacts. By prioritizing this usage of smart city strategies, helping to build an urban environmental that can be adaptable for all suitable manner. Then we go for waste management systems role of IoT and AI in waste optimization. Now we have to go for effective waste management is an cornerstone to sustainable urban development and plays a significant role of enhancing the climate resilience. With rapid urbanization and increasing waste production, cities facing the mounting of challenges in managing waste efficiency while minimizing the environmental impact. IoT artificial intelligence are transferring the waste management system by enabling the smarter and more efficient data-driven approaches to waste collection, recycling and disposal of contribute both environmental sustainability and urban resilience of the climate against the risk fatigue. The integration of IoT sensors into waste management infrastructure allows to cities for monitor the waste level in real time for the providing the valuable data that can be used for optimize waste collection routes and schedules. These sensors are placed in waste bins, dust dumpers, dump setters in public spaces in track fill levels, the temperature and other relevant conditions. By analyzing the data, waste management companies can reduce the unnecessary collection of trips, ensuring the resources, which avoiding the overflow of preventing waste and accumulating in public spaces, and reducing the risk of pollution with waste health hazards, which are particularly important during the extreme weather events like floods and storms. AI plays a critical role in the automatic waste storming and shortening of improving the recycling process. AI powered system can identify and separate different types of materials such as plastics, metals, organic waste, make recycling more efficient and less reliant on manual labor. Comparatively, the machine learning algorithms are also helpful for predict the waste generation patterns, allowing for better planning and more than the accurate resource allocation. Additionally, the AI can analyze the historical data and trends to forecast the waste volumes by enabling the developments of smarter waste management and strategies that are tailored to the specific urban conditions. The AI also used in predictive maintenance for waste management infrastructure and identifying the potential issues that are the waste management systems to collect the impacts of trucks by minimizing the downtime of cities, which maintain the reliable time to waste collection by survival of climate resilience, by ensuring the cities can continue the manage of waste effectively, face the unexpected challenges such as heavy rainfall or flood. By the ability of circular economy, instead of sending large volumes of waste by landfills, the site can leverage of technologies to increase the recycling rates and divert the waste from landfills by reducing the environmental impact. This is not to a lower and common carbon footprint or waste management should be reduce the help the cities to migrate long-term effects of waste accumulation, which can enhance the heat of islands effects and environmental degradation. Then we go for an resource optimization. Resource optimization is we have to make the waste management processes more energy efficient. For examples like AI systems can optimize the routes, can take the most waste collection by trucks, reducing the fuel gas consumption and emissions, which IoT system can track the energy usage with waste management facilities to identify the areas for improvement and reduction of energy efficient and consumption. In the emission helps of cities migrate the climate change and promote the long-term sustainability. In summary of IoT and AI, they are transferring the waste management system by improving the operational efficiency, reducing the environmental impact, and contributing to the climate resilience. At the same time of these technologies are enable cities to optimize the waste collection, recycling, and disposal process. They reduce the emissions and manage the waste more effectively in the phase 2 of climate change. Through the smarter, more data have been driven approaches to that the impact of climate change. The building climate change resilience to be made of the formation of this type. Here we see about the building climate resilience by mitigation and adaptation. In this, we have to learn about what are the disasters we have to crossing the field of environmental. Building climate resilience in cities is a crucial step toward the ensuring the long-term sustainability and ability to adapt to the impacts of climate change. The climate resilience refers to the capacity of urban areas to anticipate, prepare for, recover from climate-related challenges such as extreme weather events, risk in rising of sea levels. Nowadays, we are know about that the Tiruchendur temple sea is go in front of that 100 feet, 150 feet. Nowadays, it is going. Due to this, that is a climate change. We have learned about the future. In future, so many tsunamis or some other events also maybe happen because the land should be polluted and the energy consumption is high. So the disaster, which time maybe happen, we have to go for that. Then the investing of green infrastructure such as urban parks, green roofs, and stormwater management system, which help to mitigate the effects of flooding, to reduce the heat island effects, to improve the air quality, the additional of incorporating the electric vehicles, public transit, and the shared mobility of greenhouses effect, which the capacity of integrity of smart technologies such as IoT and AI-driven and analytical of urban infrastructures for the real-time monitoring of environmental conditions, allowing the cities to the resilient of energy systems such as smart grids and renewable energy sources ensure that the cities and maintain the energy supply during extreme weather even while the carbon footprint will be managed. The waste management system optimized through the technology to contribute the climate resilience by reducing the emissions from landfills and promoting the recycling and waste to energy of solutions by effective urban planning that priorities to the climate and resistant to the heavy rainfall and other climatic hazards. Cities are invest building in climate resilience and better equipped to protect their populations, safeguard the natural resources. Then the heat mitigation in urban areas is essential to improving the livability of cities, especially as the effects of climate change lead to more frequent of intense heat waves. The urban heat wave islands where built-up areas are significantly warmer than the rural surroundings. In rural, so much heat radiations and formation is less. The excredible the problem leading to higher energy consumption, the poor air quality, and increase the health risk. To confront these challenges of cities by adopting various strategies such as cooling centers, green roofs, and urban forecast and urban forest farming, all which play a vital role for cooling centers. Here we see about that heat mitigation, cooling centers, green roof, and urban forest. These are the images shown about that the cooling centers are designed for the public spaces, typically equipped with air conditioning that provide the relief of residents during the extreme heat events. These heat events of children for low income communities who may not access the air conditioning at home, they provide safe environmental where people can use that for the heat stroke. Removing of cooling centers can also serve for hubs for distributing more people for heat safety and offering service to mitigate them. Green roof. It is one of the formula to effective solution for heat mitigation by covering the rooftop of buildings by vegetation of green roof helps to absorb the sunlight and reduce the temperature to promote the natural cooling through evapotranspiration. Evapotranspiration. These green spaces can not only help to regulate the temperature effects by individual buildings but also contribute the overall cooling of urban areas. Then we go for an urban forest. It involves the strategic planning and maintenance of trees throughout the urban areas. The trees that provide the shade cool the entire environmental through transpiration and absorb of carbon dioxide, making them to an essential improving the air quality and reducing the urban heat island effect. These green spaces help to mitigating the extreme heat by lowering comfortable outcome and outdoor environment for residents. For the further more, the trees will act as an air filter that remove the pollutants of air, which especially to improve the cities in high levels of population. The cooling centers and green roofs are the urban centers. We have to work as a strategy to the climate resilient of centers sustainably by improving the urban ecosystem and enhancing the quality of life of the residents. As cities contribute to grapple with an climate change by crucial reducing the health risk, promoting environmental justice, and building a more adaptable for an urban environment. Then we have go for an urban sustainability. These images show such an AI works as an urban environment sustainability. AI which monitoring conversation by AI. The climate resilience and smart design, urban design by integrity of technology by using the monitoring the conversation of AI in environmental monitoring and conversation we have shown. The climate resilience and smart urban design, integration of technology for future cities, we have discussed about now. Climate resilience is an essential future for smart cities, which aim to thrive the era of increasing the climate change challenges as urban population grow and environmental risks become more severe. Integrating that climate resilience, the design of the environmental of smart cities is crucial. We have to safeguard our urban environments. This integration focus about the ensuring the cities by the meaning of floods, heat waves, and rising of sea levels. The smart urban design, which leverages the advanced technology to address the intersection of environmental sustainability and climate resilience by incorporating the innovative technologies cited, the build infrastructure that is AI and IoT and data analysis to and dynamic challenges. This is one of the slide that the exposure of climate change it causes risk by hazard. The recovery by adaptation, the urban system of social, cultural, and economic and instant infrastructural eco-environmental. We have to see that residents adaptation by recovery by means of green infrastructure such as urban parks, green roofs, and permeable surfaces. In this forest maintenance, green roofs can help to cool the buildings and energy efficient and demand for making the environmental more livable. Incorporating the energy efficient system is another cornerstone for the resilient by maintain the smart grids by using and utilizing of renewable energy sources such as solar and wind. The cities are used to move solar and wind in their reliance on their fossil fuels, create sustainable energy system. Additionally, the smart building technologies which are used to consumption can reduce the waste and ensure the urban infrastructure operative systems. During this extreme level of weather conditions, the sustainable mobility, the systems such as electrical vehicles (EVs) and the public transit and the mobility services are this a dynamic one for the data analysis system. In the conclusion of integration of climate resilience and smart urban design is a fundamental for cities to adapt and mitigate the challenges provided by them for the climate change. By harnessing the technologies such as IoT and AI, the renewable energy, green infrastructure, and data analysis of cities to create the sustainable environmental that protect the resident and minimize the environmental impact. This combination of innovation and planning, the technology will be shaping the cities of the future, ensuring that the equipped face of impacts of the climate change while maintaining a high quality of the life for their inhabitants. The resilient urban infrastructure is an essential for enhancing the formulation of the climate resilience of infrastructure is designed to withstand these challenges by maintaining the functionally safety in the urban spaces. Our one of the key strategy of the building resilient infrastructure is flood management. Urban areas are particularly towards the flooding, especially in regions with poor drainage systems or those near to coastal areas, which are smart drainage systems are used for sensors and AI monitor water levels in real time can cite identifying the flood risk to reduce the rain gardens and green roof technologies. For energy efficient building design such as inclusion of smart heavy AC systems, which helps to the cities that adapt heat waves to reduce the building heat. The solar panels and battery storage ensure the urban spaces remain functional during the power storage of caused by the climate related events. The smart grids already we discussed about that, and the transportation infrastructure is also play a vital role in climate resilience. The climate resilience is mobility systems such as electric vehicles and transporting systems, which are shared by them. These are the most important role for the traffic flow and manage congestion and improve the urban mobility during climate related events such as flooding and extreme heat. The urban planning and zoning also influence the resilience of cities by prioritizing of development of green spaces and ensuring that new events, construction and adherence of climate resilience of standards to help to protect the natural resources for elevating the roads and flood barriers to minimize the infrastructure damages from flood prone areas. This leveraging the technology for climate resilience in smart cities. This slide show about that the air humidity sensor is working. The temperature sensor will alternate the ultraviolet sensor. Then they have to go for a sensor that control the heat and observing the all the moistures of the soil. The soil moisture sensor also fixed. It is a collaborative approaches to the climate resilience in smart cities. By achieving the climate resilience in smart cities, that requires the collaborative approaches that brings together the government, business, citizens, and technology providers, and some of the work of a sustainable solutions to global changes. These challenges are promote to adapt to the strategies that protect the people from the environmental conditions. It helps to the group of collaborative approaches of multi-level governance within local, regional, and national authorities works together, align policies, investments, and actions of related climate resilience. The local governments play a crucial role of implementing the climate adaptation by measures of improving the transportation systems. At the same time, the national government can provide the necessary funding for the framework and regulations to support this local initiative. The coordination between the levels of ensure the urban and people which contact with the necessary resources to succeed. Public and private partnerships, PPs, which also and play an important and significant role for the forecasting of the climate resilience. The government can collaborate with the business, especially those technology energy, and construction sectors to implement the innovative section and solution for the buildings. The resident of infrastructure and promoting the sustainability. These partnerships often the together with the expertise, capital, and technological needed and to develop the climate resilient solutions. For instance, a partnership development, there is an improvement of smart grids, green roofs, and etc. for a sustainable energy solutions. Then we go for community community enhanced. Community engagement is another essential aspect of the building climate. The citizen must actively involved in the planning and implementation of public participation ensures the planning and effort of highly effective. The community consultations, workshops, public forum, and residents to provide the improve the neighborhood residents climatic risk that enhancements to foster and improve the technology of adaptations by means of sustainable behaviors and practices. In that academic and research institutions also contribute the significantly collaborative effects in building and climate resilience, and universities and research organizations conduct a critical research on climate change impacts, adaptations of strategies, innovative technologies by partnering the government with the agencies and private sector companies. Academic institutions can provide valuable insights data, evidence-based recommendations for climate resistance. These collaborations helps to ensure that policies and technologies by being implemented by grounded at least scientific knowledge and best practices. Further, the data sharing among the different stockholders, including the government bodies and private sector companies, the research institution is critical for effective climate changes and open data for platforms that share help the real-time environmental data, whether the forecast the climate with risk and assessment allow the decision makers to make more informed, and it is used for strategies and make adjustments and needed to ensure they remain effective manner. While we used as a technology solutions, the policy of framework for climate resilience in smart cities is technology based. First one is a smart city initiative and then technology based one. The technology is an solutions for especially for AI and IoT and big data analytic to benefit some collaboration of smart city technologies. These technologies to improve the groundwater level, smart water management system requires the coordination between the technological companies address that unique water management challenges. Same time, the policy of framework of climate resilience in smart cities are by adopting the building codes and standards. This is the major one. We have to follow the building codes and standards. It is an updated to ensure the new construction and retrofitting of existing buildings which comply with the climate guidelines. This includes to use the sustainable building materials, energy efficient designs, and water conserving technologies by frameworks. We have to harvest the water in every houses. Rainwater harvesting system is must. Solar panels and green roofs are must. In future, we have to maintain our solar, green roof systems and natural vegetations by each and everyone should follow that for a green environment. Same time, the zoning regulations of the priority of the climate resilience by conducting the land use planning. As per the planning section, we have to give some space for greening in our construction of buildings. By the policy, we have go for a climate mechanism. The role of technology in enhancing the climate resilience is smart cities. Now we see that climate resilience and policy integration. The policy integration that maintain about that lack of energy by sectors of understand synergies and trade-offs, addressing the concern of strategical. The role of technologies we have to enhancing the climate of resilience in smart cities, that is climate resilience policy, that urban policy frameworks is an essential for creating smart cities that is a sustainable, adaptable for prepared to face the climate related challenges as cities continue to grow and urban populations. In the event of risk, the climate related distributions such as extreme weather, heavy weather, rising of sea level and heat waves becomes more pronounced. Policy integration is crucial to ensuring that climate resilience is not an afterthought but rather fundamental component of city planning, infrastructure development and resource management. The climate resilient policy should address the multifaceted nature of urban volunteers. These policies need to be adaptable for dynamic and responsible one for the climate changing. By incorporating the resilience into urban policy, cities can forecast the development by both mitigates the cause of climate change and the formation of holistic policy. The approach of required to manage the urban ecosystem to protect the biodiversity and ensure that all sectors of society by equipped the handle equipped related distributions. Policy integration is an alignment of local government strategies with the global climate goals, such as Paris Agreement that the sites adopt the climate actions plans and include the specific measures to reduce the greenhouse gases and emission of promoting renewable energy and improving climate adaptation. These plans should be measures and the target of establish of timelines for achieving them to allowing the sites by strategic by needed. In addition to the mitigating the impacts of the climate change, the cities must also focus about the adapting the strategies, the infrastructure development and building codes. We have to go for an climate finance. It plays a crucial role in implementing the climate resilience policies. To support the climate adaptation, the mitigation projects like government can leverage of variety of funding sources like including national budgets, international climate funds, private sector investment, NRI funds, green bonds, sustainability linked bonds, and linked loans, public private partnerships to fund the climate resilient projects such as smart grids, renewable energy, solar system, and green spaces, which to improve our economy and nature will be good. This is a case study in a Denmark, the climate resident of urban design. You can see this is New York City, the post Hurricane Sandy resilience. Some of the study we have to search in a website. It is a Hurricane Sandy at 2012 at New York City. It is one of the one NOC plan which aims to make New York as a more resilient to climate impacts by flood and heat waves and rising of temperature and sea levels, which are the key projects in the east coastal sites of the resiliency project, in the flood barriers and elevated walkways. At the same time, it maintained the green roof systems also. This is one of the case study at Singapore, the smart and the sustainable urban development city. We can see that is an example for waste of energy. It is modified into useful one and the multi-purpose of water reservoir to help stormwater flood control and urban cooling. In this city, they also utilize the smart technology to monitor the air quality, traffic and energy consumption. By optimizing the system in real time, they are focused about the innovative technologies by the climate and smart growth. Next one. This is one of the case study in Netherlands. In this innovative flood management strategies, Rotterdam Climate Adaptation Plan focuses the integrity of management into urban design, ensuring the city can withstand the extreme weather. Even the key projects include the construction of water and the multifunctional spaces like floating buildings and designed to adapt to the rising water levels and green roofs. It helps to sustainable urban planning and combining nature based of the urban environment. It also improve the importance of collaboration between government and business people, which help to the smart design can protect the countries and impact of climate change. This is a major issue at a case study of Tokyo in Japan. The earthquake, the climate resilience integration is the major resource. It's a major disaster prediction. In this one, the mega float project, which aims to create the floating flood barriers at smart technologies, including an advanced early warning system to predict the earthquakes and the climate related disorders, allowing the city to respond rapidly. The city has made significant strides and sustainable transport by electric vehicle usage and public transit system. The resilience of that follow-up median of the community engagement. At the same time, so one of the case study in Chennai, the climate resilient through the integrated water waste management system. In this one, the Chennai River Eco Restoration Plan, which aims to rejuvenate the manage the city river systems, including the Kuvam, Adayar, Kosadalaya rivers, and that institute includes the restoration of natural barriers. These are one of the major resources which has to be concluded. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, sir.
Kindly share the presentation.
On sustainable urban growth, the intersection of smart cities and mobility. Over the past week, we have gained valuable insights into the critical role of sustainable urbanization and smart mobility in shaping the future of our cities. The discussions and sessions led by our esteemed speakers have provided innovative ideas and practical solutions to address the challenges of urban growth. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to ATAL AICTE for supporting their initiative to our resource persons for their invaluable contributions. My sincere thanks to the organizing team of Department of Civil Engineering, University College of Engineering, Ramanathapuram for their dedication and flawless execution of this program. I would like to thank and congratulate our co-coordinator, Dr. J. Vijayaraghavan, professor in Department of Civil Engineering, University College of Engineering, Ramanathapuram. And I extend my heartfelt thanks to our Dean, Dr. T. Udayakumar, Professor of Mechanical Engineering Department, University College of Engineering, Ramanathapuram, and also all Anna University members. To the participants, your enthusiasm and active engagement have been the backbone of this FDP success. I hope the knowledge gained here inspires you to contribute meaningfully to sustainable urban development in your respective fields. As we conclude, let us commit to working collectively toward a smarter and greener future. Thank you, and I wish you all the best in your endeavors. Dear participants, I thank each and everyone for attending this online FDP. If you have any feedback, you can share with us. You can unmute yourself and you can share with us.
Good evening.
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am. This is Dr. Belinjut from Sarnathan College of Engineering, Trichy.
Yes, sir.
Madam, this FDP was very highly enriched our knowledge, and it is very much useful for the effective teaching in the area of artificial intelligence applications. And the resource persons are very excellent, and the sessions were well organized and interactive, ma'am. I think the test link will be activated soon, so we will score more than our expectation, that is 70%. Thank you very much, ma'am. This is the wonderful FDP for the last week. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Vairamani from Tyagarajar Polytechnic College, lecturer from Civil Department, ma'am. First of all, I thank the coordinator, Dr. G. Lavanya, ma'am, and the co-coordinator, Dr. J. Vijay Raghavan, sir, for giving an opportunity to attend this wonderful AICT ATAL-sponsored 6 days online faculty development program on the topic of sustainable urban growth, the intersection of smart cities and mobility, ma'am. This was an excellent program. I gained a lot of knowledges, and the sections are well planned, and resource person has delivered excellent lectures, and it was very clear and understandable. I would like to share some of the few knowledges I gained from all the sessions of this FDP, ma'am. In the session 1, it was explained about AI focus on creating intelligent systems that mimics the human decision making was explained very well, ma'am. And in the session 2, the decision of implementation of preventive measures such as flood barriers and early warning systems are prescribed very clearly, ma'am. It was very useful. And the details presented in session 3, the smart garbage bins made using ultrasonic sensors and GPS are very good. In the session 4, the applications in the smart cities with the use of the advanced technologies help in mitigation disaster and population risk, citizen safety, and reduction in traffic jams are explained in excellent manner. In the session 5, working with AI leads to increased productivity, efficiency, and creativity of engineers. Can focus on higher level of decision making, innovation, and problem solving was highly informative, ma'am. In session 7, discussed about the urban sustainability in such a way, planning cities that aims to improve the social, economic, and environmental conditions of the city to ensure the quality of life. In this section, I gained the lot of amount of the knowledge and valuable knowledges, ma'am. In session 8, the future of AI domain is explained to achieve the possibility of including big data and artificial life. The content explained are very understood, ma'am. And water management and waste management in smart cities ensure an environmental tolerable disposal of treated wastewater into receiving water bodies to ensure the public health. Smart cities are innovation to improve water management, leading to increased efficiencies, cost savings, and protective decision makings are deeply understood, ma'am. Once again, I thank each and everyone involved in this FTP to make this program more successful. Thank you so much, ma'am. This was a wonderful, and I learned so many knowledges, and the contents are very clear. Resource persons are delivered their highly useful content, and our time management was very excellent. It is a very excellent program, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your positive feedback.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm Saravana Kumar from Tamil Nadu Government Polytechnic College, working as
Yes, sir.
lecturer in Department of Civil Engineering. So I'd like to congratulate you and thank you for organizing this FDP. All sessions were good, especially the sessions handled by Sujata Vijay Raghavan ma'am I liked it a lot. And Dr. N. Selvaraju sir and Dr. S. Sendamal Kumar sir. These sessions were eye-opening sessions, and it gave me an idea of role of artificial intelligence in civil engineering, and definitely it will be helpful for guiding our students to do projects in this area in future. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for the feedback, sir. I will convey your feedback to all the resource persons. Thank you so much. Thank you, participants. So those who joined lately, I like to repeat the guidelines. So once I have uploaded the attendance, if you have 80% and above, only your test link will be activated. The test link is active from 6:30 today to tomorrow 6:30. Once you start the test, it will be closed by 45 minutes. Each carries 1 mark and you have 30 questions. So if you get 70% and above in test only, you can fill the feedback link. After filling the feedback link, you can receive your certificate. If you have any doubt, means you can contact us or Dr. Vijay Raghavan sir.
How long will it take to generate the certificate, ma'am? When
That
shall
I
we get
don't
it?
sir. Up to attendance updation only, it's in our hands, sir. Other thing is in ATAL portal.
Okay.
Thank you once again. We will end this session.